Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the second round of the IRT Esports Championship. We are here around the Spa-Francorchamps circuit around Belgium. Gotta check my audio apparently. Verify. That's because I wasn't talking in the beginning. But anyway, we are here for the second round of the IRT Esports Championship around Belgium. We are very much looking forward to this second round. So yeah, hopefully everyone is good in the chat. Obviously, our first cars coming out. It looks to be an Esports Wales coming out of the pits first. Check what it is. It's ESWJR. There's plenty of cars coming out, and here we are around the legendary circuit Spa-Francorchamps, and hopefully everyone's looking forward to it. And if you're in the chat right now, get yourself known. Make sure you like the stream if you haven't already. So we push up the like button and we get more viewers for these streams. So more people can watch you drive, basically. Of course, after last week we have Relentless in the lead of the championship by taking a 1-2 finish despite a late safety car. And yeah, it was an exciting race with some interesting battles for sure. But we did see Relentless take another 1-2 finish. But we never know what we can see here today. We've got two different drivers for Relentless today, as we had I'm pretty sure Wouter and Peace last week, and now we see Calvin and Funky Chicken represent Relentless. For IRT we will have Seep, as he's on the medium tires, and Marty once again returning for his second race in the series. So hopefully they'll have more luck, especially with it being our own event. So they will be representing us for the championship. For Evora we will have Biono and Marcus today, which is I think a very decent lineup. I'm pretty sure. Let me get the standings up right now before I go too far. Yeah, the standings after round 1 are Relentless in the lead with DRA in second, with being 30 points behind after being 30 points behind after one round. And we've got Evora in second, or in third place, sorry, with 12 points. Esports Wales in fourth with 10 points, tied with NRL with also 10 points. We've got BNL Racing Esports with 6 points in sixth place. Coincidence? I don't think so. F2WR in the 7th place with 1 point, but they did not show up today, so that probably will result in a points deduction, but we will see how that's gonna go. A new team of course in with LFR after the removal of CRT. We've got LFR now in the championship by the names of Lucas Supremo, and who's literally just came out of the pit, so good timing if I may add, and Colombian DJ with I thought it was wrong delivery for a second, and then in last place is our own IRT with -1 point. Unbelievable scenes right there, but yeah, hopefully they'll be ready to bounce back from last week's result. Of course, are on this great circuit, and I'm looking forward to this race. It's gonna be a good one. I think with it being such a long circuit, it's tough to keep you on the track. It will definitely bring out the best out of the drivers here, and hopefully we can keep it clean for this event and generally see some good racing, as we have our first lap time from Rick posting a 42.5 here, with his teammate in third right now with a 43.8, and Esports Wales Junior, I believe JR, in third right now with a 42.6, but now in first we've got Pa Purka with a 42.3. So we are seeing sometimes now coming on the board with Paduka with a 42.7. So that seems to be the benchmark right now. Seep on the mediums in P6 with a 43.6. So yeah, it's definitely going to be quite close, I think. Also, we have 13 minutes left of this qualifying session. Colombian DJ in 4th place with another 42.6. Of course, I think the times will be quite a bit slow compared to time trial and Grand Prix mode potentially. Because of, I think, ERS running out at the end of the lap will cost you a 10th and a half, I think. And of course, the middle sector proving to be very difficult. Pujon and in the last sector, we've got Belgium on the bus stop, proving to be very tough for the drivers. So you have yellow flags in sector 3, probably just a car slowing down from the cooldown laps. 11 people have posting the laps, probably loads of backup laps, with Calvin in 9th place with a 43.8. So you have Marty just starting his lap right now. We get the telemetry up. Oh, not lap data. We don't want to have engineers seeing the data and how much ERS people have and how much throttle they use to a certain corner. We won't allow that for this stream. So unlucky for your engineers who are in the chat right now. For us, we've got 13 people in the stream right now. Thank you all for joining in. Hopefully you're all having an awesome evening. As I'm certainly having a great evening. I'm looking forward to this race. It's my first commentary after a little bit, so I gotta adapt my game a little bit again and just get used to it. With Marty setting his lap right now on the mediums as well, same as his teammate Sieb. Also got Urpek retiring. I don't know what happened there. Let me check the final sector. Did he retire by hitting the wall? Oh, he spun off the bus stop. So I did say bus stop was going to be quite a tough corner, and it did prove Urpek wrong. And he must have lost the car from on the exit, which made him retire. So he'll be starting from the back, the NRL driver, not the qualifying he wanted. During that retirement, we have seen Roby take the lead here with a 42 flat, 3/10 ahead of his teammate, who are now on provisional 1 and 2. So good job from CPI. We've got Marty coming across the line now with a 143, I'm pretty sure, a 144.1 in 12th place right now. So the lap, but I do reckon we're gonna see some soft times from the guys who did a lap on the mediums, because the soft tires just bring so much more grip and will give you a lot more track position, which is I think quite crucial for this race, since it's gonna be a structuring fest. Also, the dirty air effect isn't that much of an influence on this game, so you can follow each other quite well. Also got Lucas Supremo on a lap right now, lagging a little bit. Of course, they're not from Europe, I'm pretty sure, and they're from South America, I'm pretty sure. So the connection won't be the best, but let's hope they can stay on track and stay clean. As he's doing pretty well right now, it seems like it. Coming just past Pujon, going to the right and left chicane now, on board with the LFR driver right now. Looks pretty tidy so far for his first run. Going on a throttle right now with a 14 flat is purple apparently. Should see him close to CPI drivers. I reckon in the top 5 nearabouts. But can he nail the final sector? The final sector is quite difficult in itself, so we've got a CPI driver going into the pits right now ahead of him. Hitting the apex there as well, looks pretty neat and tidy, coming through to the line now, and it's a 42.4, taking 3rd place right there for LFR. So I did predict between 1st and 5th, and he was literally in between there, getting 3rd place. A 10th behind Pa Purka and a 10th ahead of Rick. So it's a decent first lap for Lucas Supremo. Definitely some time to find. Also, you have only 2 cars left now who haven't posted a lap. And Hookie is coming across the line now with a 44.2. Brings him to 15th place, 10th behind Marty. Stephanie on the seat. Kranenberg starting his second run right now after he posted a 152. Can anyone who's in the chat right now can maybe give me some information if it's gonna be raining in the race? Of course, it's a bone dry in qualifying right now, but you never know, it might be different in the race. From what I saw, I think it's gonna be dry for the race as well, since guys did laps on mediums. Also, you've got yellow flags in the middle sector with cars slowing down for each other, letting each other go. Camberg, a 10th down from his previous sector 1, or 10th and half a 10th about. But can he nail the middle sector? I think that's where the most time is going to be gained, with the trickiest corners of the circuit. And he does keep it clean right now. Of course, we've got a reference from Lucas Supremo's time. He did a 14 flat middle sector. So if he's around there, then he can definitely find some time to go in the top 10. And he's a 14, he does the exact same time pretty much, so he's gonna be close to Lucas Supremo. Can he nail his final sector? So it's looking good for him right now. The times are so insanely close. It's only 3/10 between 3rd and 9th, so the times are really close. Coming to the final corner now, can he nail his exit? Looks pretty neat and tidy so far, and it's a 42-4, literally only just behind, oh no, not his teammate. Oh no, not behind his teammate. He's ahead of his teammate, sorry. So and only about 20 thousandths behind Lucas Supremo, so they're pretty much identical times right now. So good lap there from Kranenburg. Good job from him so far, but there's still plenty of lap times to come. As we see Rick now, as we were just talking about him, going into second place with a 42.2. Still 2/10 behind Roby. He's got a big advantage about to start his second run. I'm pretty sure, yes he does. But it's a good time with DRA in 2nd and 6th. That's pretty good from them. So they will of course gain some points on Relentless, who've got a massive advantage after the first round of the championship. As Colombian DJ goes 3rd, only 10 thousandths behind Rick right now. So that just shows the times are ridiculously close, and every time, every 10th makes a difference. So even if you mess up a corner, just make sure you keep going and you find some more time in the final turns. Because every 10th can make a difference in this competition, as it's clearly being shown in the standings right now. As we have Marcus in the pits right now, we've got Funky Chicken now, indeed proving that how close the standings are, with him being in 6th place, with a 42.4 again. Just a couple of tenths between all the drivers, so just proving my point again that every 10th makes a difference, and just gotta keep going despite making slight mistakes on the lap. Despite Perker making a slight mistake on the line, he would have been a 41.8. He would have had pole there, but it messed up his final corner, which made him invalidate, and pretty sure gave him damage. Doesn't look like it, no, but he had some mistake there. So oh, he cut the corner there, but big mistake from Perker, but he knows the potential is there, so for his final run he should just get ready for that. As we're seeing those guys just, I think, preparing for their last runs now, potentially. Yeah, Colombian DJ going into the pits, Perker, of course, heading, I think, that run. As Marcus now goes into 2nd place for BNL team. Good job from him. Slotting literally in between Roby and Rick. So the advantage Roby has getting smaller and smaller. He must have messed up his lap there, his 2nd run. But times are coming down, so Roby's pole position isn't fully safe yet. Because with Marcus now being half a 10th behind, it's going to be a very exciting last end to the lap, as ESW JR has gone out for his out lap. He is looking forward to getting clean air off the laps. He wants to make sure he has clean air and gets a clean lap in, which I fully understand, because if everyone's going to be out on track, it's going to be very busy with traffic. So making sure you have a clean space of track is so crucial for the end. And we're going to see every driver pushing to the maximum now. Got support for LFR in the chat. It's always good to see their new team, of course, in the championship. Hoping to make the stands count, as ESW didn't get a great exit there. And with times being so close, you can't afford to make that many mistakes. But that's only turn 1 done. So just gotta make sure he keeps pushing to the maximum now. Finding every bit of performance now. Using the DRS. Spot for IRT now, let's go. Love that DRA. See, everyone's coming out now to support their team, so love to see that. So now can't quite see JR's middle or first sector, so let's see how his middle sector will be. Around a 14 flat will be, I think, P6 around there. It's the times that Funky Chicken and Lucas Primo did. So if he can match that sort of times, then he's looking good for a top 10. Designing for both. Love that then. And he's doing a 13.9, so he is a 10th up on those times. So I reckon he's looking about for 4th or 5th place if he just can nail that final sector. He's done most of the hard work now, so he's got to make sure he ends it on a Y. And we've got Marty being disqualified from facing the wrong way, so he'll be at the back. Not ideal. And ESW goes in 5th place, so indeed ahead of Perka. But I know he's got the potential. Where the hell is... Oh my... Where are you going? Are you good? I mean, he for sure got damage from it, so I don't know what he was spelling there, to be honest, but I don't think that's an ideal way to find lap time. And he even was on his outlap, so no clue what happened there. But that means his qualifying session is done. He won't be able to improve, so JR has beaten him. And Lucas Supremo coming to the final sector now. As Funky Chicken starting his lap now, Ono starting lap. The final runs are now coming in. This is the most exciting session, the most exciting part of qualifying. Seeing drivers on their final runs, pushing to the absolute limit, trying for every bit of track. And he invalidated there, Kranenburg, invalidation, so he'll be P10 at least. But we've got drivers behind looking to improve as well, with Patuka being 10,000 from sector 1 down, but all the time can be found in the middle sector. And he invalidates after Pujon, so he'll be P11. At the moment he'll be the first on the alternative strategy. Calvin invalidated as well, so he'll be 13th at least. Marcus didn't improve. What about Steve? Steve is second up on this time. What can he do, the IRT driver? Steve had got disqualified, and Steve is up to P7 with a 42.4. Good lap time there in the top 10. Kranenburg now in P11. First on the strategy. Ono invalidated. So a lot of guys pushing too hard. Patuka, yeah, invalidated. And that will be... Oh, cover nothing yet. Lucas Supremo is coming to the middle sector. Invalidated this time. Oh, he was 2.5 tenths up. That would have been close to P3. Unlucky for Lucas there. I think that will be near the end of qualifying. Apart from Funky Chicken, what can he do? He's looking to be doing a great time here with a 42.1, bringing up to 3rd place from Relentless. So good job from him there. Whilst his teammates in P14, he's decided, I'm gonna show what I can do. And he's now up to P3, so good job from him there. And I think that's the end of qualifying. So we see Roby doing on his first run. It's basically just enough. He had one run, proved it in his first run, and no one could beat this time. So he will be on pole with Max in 2nd, Funky Chicken in 3rd, Rick in 4th, Colombian DJ in 5th, ESW JR in 6th, Paprika in 7th, Siep in 8th, Lucas Primo in 9th, Beono in 10th, and then the first on the third strategy will be Kranenberg for DRA, Petuka for NRL in 12th, Snarfy in 13th, Calvin in P14 with Marcus in P15, Hook in P16, Urpek in 17th, and then Marty in 18th with a disqualification. That will be the grid for today's Belgium Grand Prix for the IRT event. Good qualifying there, very close times, but it's now all about the race. Who can stay clean, who can have no penalties, get no warnings, because you can gain so many positions by just not having penalties. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the race now. If you're ready for it, make sure you do let me know in the chat, and if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do. We're looking forward to the race. See you in a moment. As we are here now on the grid, drivers posting that going for the outlaps right now. Let me know some predictions in the chat now. So here we are now, of course, on the grid right now with Roby leading the pack. As you can now have tire screen up right now, who's going for what compounds. We have the top 10 of course on the soft tires, and with the first 4 outside the top 10 going on mediums. But interestingly that Marcus, Hookie and Urpek all going for a set of softs. They want to get good starts they want to get a good start and get us high up and basically close up to the top 10 guys. And yeah, use that tire advantage in the beginning and maybe hope for like a late safety car, or hope for a safety car which can use them so they can pit and then yeah, go to the end of the race, whilst the medium runners are risking it, trying to have the alternative strategy and use those softs at the end, whilst the other guys will be on fresh, older mediums. Rick going for bold move down the inside and spinning, and the top 3. Steve has a super start and gets P1. You said bold prediction. Damn. That's definitely interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna back. Who should I go for today's win? You know what? I'm going for someone outside the top 10. I'm going with Petuka. Petuka, I think, from 12th place. We're gonna see a crazy race with some incidents, which is gonna cause up some controversy. But Petuka's gonna take the win for NRL today, I think. Rick will win. His race pace is something else. A lot of Rick support right here. Of course, he is starting in 4th place. Can he pass 3 guys ahead of him? All 3 guys from different teams. So he must get the job done. As we're now lining up to the start of the race. As it's 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights and 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go with Roby having a solid start. Sorry, moving over to Marcus, who slots in behind. Looks to be so far a pretty clean start with an NRL driver running off and see a spinner with Lucas Supremo going off a Colombian DJ, sorry. Spinning out with getting some damage into the wall. With Roby having 8/10 advantage away from Marcus. We've got more intense behind. It looks like, yeah, we've got Snarfje spinning. Back Pachuca taking 11th, it looks like. Crazy start so far. But so far, all drives looking pretty clean. With Roby having a 7th advantage from Marcus. Funky Chicken tried to pass him, but just didn't work out, unfortunately. But so far, so good. Also now, driver's gonna try to settle into the race with different conditions compared to qualifying. The condition might be a bit different. Since it's a bit cooler, drivers can push more on the tires because the tire temps are a bit lower. Perka spinning again, apparently. He's now in 16th, so not a great start for him. Seep for IRT up to 6th place, good start for him. Lucas Supremo behind him in 7th. But yeah, so far pretty clean start. With Marcus closing up to the back now. Is he gonna try to take the lead? I'm not sure if that's a great strategy. The softs are pretty OP and the slipstream very OP at the same time. So I'm not sure if he wants to try to overtake. I reckon just slot in behind, save tires, and then try to build momentum from there. Maybe try an undercut or something. You don't want to risk damage around here since it's the longest lap on the calendar. And yeah, if you get damaged, you have to do an entire lap now. So you don't want to do that, as he's nearly losing the car. With Hockey and Urpak battling. Urpak up to 13th, it looks like. And with Marty up to 12 with a good start. He of course got disqualified, but he seemed to be taking it clean. And now up to 12, he's now behind Pachuca and Kranenburg, who's the lead medium runner here. Hopefully the audio is good, guys. So if the audio has slight issues or the audio is too loud of the cars, then just let me know so I can change it. But for now, we're just gonna keep going with, as we predicted, it's gonna be a slipstreaming fest here. With it looks like Roby just having slightly more pace than Marcus, but Marcus staying in the DRS window. DRS does get enabled next lap with Parapurka lagging, it looks like, because Marty has lost 2 positions to Urpak and Purka. So mediums not proved to be great, but they'll get to a great window after lap 6 or 7. And hopefully Martin can stick behind. As just Snarfje running very wide, or Hockey. Oh no, it was Calvin, never mind. Calvin running very wide. You don't want to make sure you get too many warnings. And here is the issue with getting damage on lap 1 after turn 1. With Colombian DJ being 30 seconds behind Snarfje. So he's going to be a pretty tough race now. He wants to make sure he gets a safety car so he can close back up to the field. With Max actually posting a fast lap. JR posting a fast lap now. So the slipstream just perfectly big mistake as Roby ran very wide there. Max is now being close behind. Is this some strategy maybe? Just by running wide and getting a greater exit there. Wouldn't recommend it. Just making a slight mistake there, Roby. With Max now being very close. Is he gonna try to take the lead? He's going into the slipstream right behind him. Rick also trying to overtake Funky Chicken. Around the outside goes Marcus and he takes the lead. Great move there from Marcus overtaking Roby. Funky Chicken defending from Rick, who's actually lost position to JR now. So good job from him. And Seep now overtaking Rick. So Rick has had a disaster here. And he's they're side by side now, Rick and Seep. yeah, so Rick tried to overtake Funky Chicken for third and is now down to 6th place in less than like 5 corners. So not a great lap so far for Rick. But he seems to have the pace and he seems to be very aggressive. So, but this is what I mean with just trying to stick with it behind and go for undercut maybe on lap 8, lap 7. So you can go to the end and overtake the guys. Because the cars or the circuit is quite quick and use quite a lot of ERS. ERS management is going to be quite difficult, so you don't want to use too much ERS. Also got yellow flags with, I think Snarfy has spun. Yeah, Snarfy indeed has spun, reversing back on the track right now. Unfortunate for him. Rick side by side, I think, with Seep, going for the move again. Trying to go around the outside off track, right? That is right there. Make sure both drivers battle very hard. I'm not sure if it's a great strategy. Backstaying the fast lap at a 45.5. Good lap from him right there in 11th on the soft tire. Martini tries to close up behind Parapurka, 1.9 behind. But the mediums will get into play. Kranenburg is doing a great job because you clearly see the medium runs are struggling a bit, and Kranenburg seems to have good pace on those mediums. As again, Rick goes for the move. Robbie retaking the lead, and Rick is pushed off, and it looks like going off track and rejoining. He doesn't want to do that too many times since he will get penalties. If he does, of course, 3 warnings for track limits will be a penalty, so gotta make sure you are aware of that, especially with so many laps to go still. So the drivers have to be careful of that. But above that, it looks to be going rather well. Seep nearly losing DRS to JR, who's half second behind Fucking Chicken. Good pace for the Esports Wheels team, who are in a good place right now in the standing, so they want to carry that momentum onwards. Of course, since soft tires are starting to get worse and worse per lap, it will be quite tough to take a rouge, flats and stuff, and your car is generally going to create more understeer, so the drivers need to be aware of that. But it's really, again, the DRS train, very effective, gonna take care of the tires. As we've got our first guy to box after Colombian DJ in Bay Ono for the Evora team. He's gonna go for a massive undercut, it seems. No front wing change, so indeed it's the planned pit stop. He's trying to go for the undercut. He thinks the soft tires are not good enough anymore. So here comes the strategy play already from Evora. Are they thinking about undercutting everyone? He does have to save tires then, as Marcus again takes the lead. Using DRS on the back straight or after a rouge. As we've got Roby spun in his DNF. And it's a safety car. He spun into the wall. I'm not sure what happened there. We just switched to Bayon on Marcus as Roby retired from the race. Our pole sitter. This, unfortunately, another retirement for him. As he crashed into the wall, must have lost the car, and that's how cruel this race can be. That's our first retirement of the Grand Prix. And this does mean Snarfia and Colombian DJ can now catch up and expect all the soft rounds to pit. As Hoki is now got a 3-second penalty, our first of the race. But this is not great for Kranenburg, Petuka, Marty, Calvin, and basically all the medium runners, because the soft runners can now box. Now in Seep into 3rd place with guys pitting. So for the IRT team, looking pretty decent so far. So Bayona got quite unlucky with him pitting and then the safety car coming out. Quite unfortunate, as if indeed the pretty much entire field pitting. JR lost positions because he was behind Funky Chicken. So he was the one that got called out. But of course the pit box are quite different, and Seep has a double stack behind Marcus. Incredible scenes. How do you make this up? How How do you make this up? That guys have to double stack the leaders. I wish they had that for next game, so you can set your own pit box. But it does mean he lost out position to Lucas Supremo. Calvin stayed out, so yeah, indeed the medium runner stayed out. But Steve didn't lose that many players, to be fair. He only lost 2 on professional positions, so it's not too bad, but could have been a lot better. And Colombian DJ is pitting again. He's gonna probably pick a fresh set of medium tires. But yeah, this does cause the field to bunch up, of course, and Venus basically in a slipstream effect again. But this does open the race. I'm not sure what the medium runners can do. Kranenburg and Petuka looked quite decent on the mediums. What can Marty do in 3rd place? Can he potentially help his teammate out? Can he hold up the guys behind? With Marcus being a professional race leader, having now taken the lead from Roby, who of course made a mistake. Don't know what happened there, but will probably steal it back. Unfortunate for him, as he was looking to have great pace in qualifying, and in the race he showed it again. So unfortunate for him, and he will how do you call it? He will bounce back for next week. Of course, next week we will have Saudi Arabia, which will be for this week's calendar in F1. After, of course, a great race in Bahrain last Sunday, we'll be back for real life F1. This Sunday as well. So hopefully everyone's looking forward to it. Indeed, confirming Roby had a mistake with the rears locking, and he just went off. That's how easy you can spoil a great result there. So unfortunate for him, but hopefully he'll be back for Jeddah next week. So of course now behind the safety car, the sun has come out the last couple of laps. Beginning was cloudy, but now the sun has come out to play. Just gonna use this safety car to save a bit of my voice, but hopefully of course, I had Pertuka as a race winner. Interview with Roby during the safety car. Potentially. Could do. But we could do some interviews if people want to after it. But yeah, let's see how the race is gonna end, because of course the field is a bit between each other. Bayano with the undercut couldn't prove his worth. I'm pretty sure. Did he gain positions? Let me check. Can I watch the stream back? Before his pit stop, he was in P8. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, he was a bit lower down. Sure, no. Yeah, he was in. So yeah, he was in P8. And now he's in P10, but with 4 guys ahead, still having to make a pit stop, he'll be in an effective 6th place. So the undercut did slightly work, but there's not as he would have liked, with having to slow down behind safety car. So he's gonna have to manage his tires for 1 lap longer than everyone. But let's see how it's gonna pan out for everyone. I think it's gonna be a good race. So. Tires are now just managing their fuel. Of course, fuel won't be a massive issue. Actually, you've got Colombian DJ burning fuel by revving the engine. Hooky, I think, pretty sure went off track. We only have 1 penalty as well, which is Hooky. But we still have only 1 penalty, so good job to the guys so far. Also, you have safety car in this lap right now. Late call from not Michael Massey now anymore. Don't want to say any controversial stuff about that, but yeah, we've got safety car coming in, with Kranenburg leading the field, taking it very slow here, weaving here, getting temperature into the tires. How is this restart gonna go? I'm expecting mayhem, personally, but let's see how it's gonna go. With Kranenburg still waiting. He can effectively wait until the safety car or the straight line for them to go. So the drivers behind have to be patient, otherwise they could potentially get damaged, which is so unfortunate right now, especially with all the guys being bunched up right now. As he's still waiting to go. And he's taking his sweet time here. He loves it. And there he goes. Good restart it seems, with Patuka also close behind. Good restart from the guys. Funky Chicken and Seep are battling in the midfield. With Calvin and Lucas Supremo going side by side right now. With people behind have damage. I'm pretty sure with Parapurka. You see all sort of chaos happening right now. With Calvin having spun, has got no front wing. I don't know what happened to him, to be fair, with that much chaos. It's now Seep right now in 5th place. Marcus having overtaken Marty. So Marcus is in an effective lead still. Snarfje moving down, he nearly spun into the wall. He saved it somehow, but managed to keep the front wing intact, but that one looked quite dangerous. Unfortunately for Calvin, has to do an entire lap behind, or entire lap to fix his front wing. Lucas Supremo seems to be doing quite well without front wing, as he's going a lot quicker than Calvin is. But anyway, we're gonna focus ahead now with Kranenburg keeping the lead from Patuka, but Marcus looking very quick. Both IRT guys in 4th and 5th, with Seep in 5th. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be asking Marty to let him through, but not too easily, of course. But Burka getting a penalty in 15, so not great for CPI, despite a great qualifying for them. They just haven't managed to put it together in the race. With indeed the swap happening right now between Seep and Marty. Look to be in a good spot right here, with Marty in 5th place, defending the inside. So Funky Chicken around the outside. What a move right there, side by side with Marty, and he completes the move. What a move there from Funky Chicken around the outside in bus stop section, switching to the inside now to the main straight. Just an awesome move there from Funky Chicken. Rick also following Marty now, so Marty definitely struggling with his tires compared to Kranenburg and Patuka, but awesome move there. Might be up there with overtake of the week or something, you never know, overtake of the season. But he's gonna be trying to follow Seep now, who's 8 tenths behind Marcus, who's also close behind Patuka, with both Lucas Supremo and Calvin now in the pits. Way behind now, unfortunate for them. Of course, if there's gonna be any incidents, then make sure to report it. Again, what we saw is a slipstream fest with Urpak and Ono going side by side towards Puron. This is not gonna end well here, with Ono taking the inside and taking the position, but they're not done yet. With Urpak not giving up around the outside, still decides to back off now, but these drivers are not done with each other yet. As now Rick has overtaken Funky Chicken on a place where you don't expect it, to say the least. As we got yellow flags with Marty. Marty is spun, I think. Yes, Marty's indeed spun. And he's of course on the medium, so his race is going from bad to worse right now. With Parapurka in 15th with a penalty. As Marcus has spun. Marcus and Urpak has spun. So something has happened between the Avora drivers and the NRL driver of Urpak. So I'm not sure what happened there, but something happened in Blanchemont. We knew these guys were quite dangerous, and we've got a virtual safety car. This might have saved Marty a little bit and Marcus, as they now can pit for a new front wing behind a virtual safety car. They don't have to double stack. That's lucky for them. With Urpak going on softs for 12 laps, Marty also going for a set of softs with a front wing change. They're quite far behind, but you never know. You never know what could happen. With Snarf, you still have to make a stop, and Kranenburg. If they can catch up a bit, then they'll be ahead of them. Once they make their pit stop. But yeah, crazy restart once again. So so let's hope the last couple of laps will be clean and drivers can respect each other on track. But yeah, when are Kranenburg and Petuka gonna decide to make their pit stop? Of course, they still have to make the pit stop, but I reckon they're gonna be looking around lap 14 to make their pit stop. As Calvin's going instead of Hart's, definitely gonna try to go to the end. Yeah, as this safety car or third safety car has gone in. So what is gonna happen? Rick gonna try to go on the aggressive again. He is trying to get the win. As we got yellow flags, it's Calvin. Calvin has spun on the hard tires. As we got see what is going on here then? With Marcus, Kranenburg, Petuka going too wide in the bus stop isn't what I recommend. Seep on the inside of Marcus right now. What is Marcus gonna try to do? Seep down the inside of Marcus. As Seep takes a professional lead right now. In third place right now. They're gonna try to go side by side in a Rouge. What is gonna happen? And it's both drivers not backing out. Incredible racing for 3 wide. 3 wide racing right there. Oh my goodness. With Rick on the outside. And now Seep sneaking up behind. Marcus now in so much danger. And they've got the lead drivers battling as well. But the spinner, it's Petuka. He's made contact and he's out. I'm pretty sure. No, he's not. What is going on here? Incredible stuff right here. With Max now trying to take the lead. With Rick now in third place. Seep in fourth, following. With Bonner now in fifth place. Oh my goodness. And indeed, it's Marcus now taking the lead. Kranenburg following behind quickly. Of course, he battled with Petuka and made contact with him. Seep now trying to go down the inside, but thinks better of it. Petuka having a penalty right now. Of course, he's got damage, I'm pretty sure. And he still has got to make a pit stop, so proving to be very bad for him right now. And Seep now behind Kranenburg, losing a second. Oh, he's already second behind Rick. So if Seep wants to stay within the top group, then he's got to make sure he overtakes Kranenburg. And he's going around the outside. And he's going around the outside. Is he gonna... and he's going for the move, it looks like. Oh. And he in third place right here. He has taken third place as Kranenburg now in fourth, Ono in fifth. But indeed, just insane racing. Ono is gonna got a penalty trying to overtake Kranenburg. With JR back in the race, now in sixth. Pretty much, I don't know how it's done that to be fair, but as Ono broke himself and nearly takes himself out there. And both drivers now in the wall. And now Bayonno is out. And we've got another safety car. We've got another safety car with the retirement of Ono into the wall. And this is gonna cause for the soft run, it's gonna be ideal. And Kranenburg now can make a pit stop to go instead of soft tires. So yeah, I've got a second safety car off the race. So this is gonna bunch up the field once again with Calvin pitting again. This is why you stay in the race. So gonna set pit for sort of medium tires. So with everyone bunching up right now, we've got the top two pitting. Marcus stayed out, and everyone behind pitting. I mean, pretty much literally everyone. Rick, Siep, Kranenburg, Colombian DJ, Hookie, JR, all pitting for a set of soft tires. Siep is lucky that Marcus didn't pit, because otherwise he would have been screwed with having to do the double stack. So now we've got, I mean, everyone on a set of fresh soft tires, apart from Marcus, who decided to stay out. And this will be a massive advantage for Rick, Siep, and just generally all the guys behind. JR is going to set up mediums, so is Hookie, so they think the softs will die at the end. So also one to watch out for. This isn't good for Max indeed. But yeah, Calvin is quite lucky that he isn't lapped so far, so he can now catch up to the field. Same for Lucas Supremo. So if I was Calvin, I would just catch up to the safety car first, and then make a pit stop. But it's completely up to him. I don't think it will be overtaken now, and he does indeed stay out. So Marcus in the lead. On 6 laps old mediums, but everyone behind on fresh tires. I'm not sure how he's gonna defend, but I've seen lately that it is proven possible to overtake on these tires. But do you risk winning the race, or do you just go for the points? You can easily go to the end with the softs. Yeah, probably, but you never know. You never know, especially with the safety car. Safety car will stay out for one more lap with Calvin and Lucas Supremo just not being able to catch up, it looks like. Yeah, barely coming down. I mean, it's coming down, but not by enough. Marty in 14th place. And like we said in the beginning of this stream, if you have no penalties, then you can gain positions from it. So the guys who are behind the guys with penalties like Snarfia, Marcus, Urpek, Funky Chicken, Marty, they can all gain from it, from guys who have warnings and penalties. So let's check the warning total right now, with Marcus with 1 warning, Rick with also 1, Siep with 1 on lap 1, Kranenburg with also 1, so guys seem to be doing rather well. JR with 2 warnings, and Colombian DJ with 2 warnings on the same lap and 1 warning on lap 1. With Hookie with loads of warnings, so he definitely needs to be more aware. Got Colombian DJ in the chat right now in 6th, so good to see you. Good luck for the restart. But let's see how this safety car restart is gonna go. And Supremo now is closing up a bit. If I were them, I would have pitted for these soft tires already, but they're just not being able to catch up. How are you? I'm good, Ben. I'm good. Watching a good but interesting race as well, with some interesting moves. But let's see how the restart's gonna go. I'm hoping for a good one, and generally just give just space. And how much do you want to risk? How much track position do you want to risk with you being in the points? So if I was Rick, I would potentially just play it safe, get P2, and I know Marcus is ahead of him. Gonna try to defend hard, but like just getting points and being consistent is way more way more crucial for your team, I'd say, than risking it for the win. But let's see how it's gonna pan out. Marcus got a big job to do with so many quick guys behind him on fresh tires. So he's taking his sweet time behind the safety car still. He's probably gonna go after this turn. You don't want to get damaged. And after he's gone after the bus stop, he's had a decent restart, but Rick already proved to be very aggressive and ready as the tires just give so much more grip. As Colombian DJ is trying to go around the outside, proving the soft tires have so much more grip than the mediums. So I'm not sure how Max is gonna survive, but let's see how it's gonna go with him, with Rick now proving to go side by side. With Marcus taking the lead potentially. Max is trying to use his ERS. Rick slotting behind. No. Side by side still. Both drivers. And Rick has taken the lead. Siep now trying to follow through. So Rick has taken the lead on the fresh set of tires. Fresh set of soft. So Marcus is now trying to defend for second. So the midfield also battling for absolute mayhem with Lucas Supremo lagging. Marty now getting a penalty. Hockey in 14th, so he lost a lot of position because he was in the top 10 just now, I'm pretty sure. So he lost a lot of positions. With Patuka now back in 11, both NRL guys in 10th and 11th. With Marcus really holding up the guys. It's got yellow flags. It's Calvin spinning again, so he just hasn't got any luck today. Hookey got swamped indeed. And Rick is nearly cleared Marcus of his DRS. As Marcus has... Oh, has Hookey's now retired with Lucas Supremo. Will this be another safety car? It is. Incredible. Third say... Oh my goodness, that looks quite dangerous. I'm not sure what happened between those guys, but it looks to be very spicy. And this brings us our third safety car. So Marcus has got a chance to close in behind. He was derating already, so that shows that he was using quite a bit of his ERS already. But that brings now us to 4 retirements for the race. Down to 14 guys right now. Yeah, that's now only a couple of laps to go. This of course will help the soft runners who decided to pit, of course, and now just save the tires a bit. Also, we had quite a lot of incidents, so how is Rick gonna treat this late safety car period now? As Lucas Primo has now left the session, of course having retired from the race. People revving their engines to burn some fuel. As Colombian DJ is definitely one of them. See here the penalty totals. 3 guys on 3 seconds. Apart from that, no penalties so far. The biggest winners of today are for sure, it looks to be Kranenburg. Quite lucky with the safety car periods, of course, but you have to be there to capitalize from it, and he definitely has. Urpek with the crashing qualifying, still 10th and still a couple of laps to go, so you never know what could happen. The big loser is unfortunately Funky Chicken, but again he can make it up. As now Calvin is in the pits, gonna switch to a set of soft. He's gonna have the freshest of tires of everyone, so keep aware of him, how he's gonna deal with it, and how he's gonna take the safety car restart, being at the back. No penalties as well, so you never know. He's gonna have 3 fresher lap tires than everyone. And yeah, this safety car is gonna be a bit chaotic. With everyone, of course, final laps want to finish their best position possible. Oh yeah, let's see how it's gonna go. Fast lap right now is going to Urbeck with a 44.8. But I do reckon times will be beaten. Beaten with the slipstream and of course the fresh soft tires. But of course Urbeck has those fresh tires as well. So let's see how it's gonna go. Fast lap to Urbeck leader. So yeah, we're gonna prepare ourselves for the end of this race. A safety car should be coming in this lap, I hope. So then we've got 5 laps of racing still. And at the moment it's DRA in the best position, with the leaders Relentless being at the back. So this is a good chance for DRA to grab some points, as the safety car indeed is in. So we're gonna have a 5 lap sprint till the end. As Rick is taking his, again like usual, just his sweet time. Gonna wait for the best moment to have the restart. Then again, just waiting, warming up the tires. How is Marcus gonna treat the safety car restart? Is he gonna try to overtake Rick? As I think Rick has gone. Yes, indeed, he has. He's gone before the bus stop, so different strategy. And you can see Marcus just has not got the grip. As Rick is already, I think, nearly a second clear. As Seep is now trying to overtake him on the fresh soft tires. And it seems to be working out. And indeed, Rick had an amazing restart. With him being a second clear already. So Seep has done a great restart as well. How is everyone else going to treat safety car restart? There's so many just large gaps in the field. So people just must have got called out in the bus stop section. Seep has taken second place again. There's another yellow flag. It's Marcus. Marcus is out. Oh, Marcus has spun. So Marcus from third place has spun and is now at the back of the field. So unfortunate for him, he had such good pace with him being in the lead, but unfortunately is at the back with all tires, so it's going to be probably a no points finish from him, unfortunate. But we now switch to Seep. He probably had some collision with Seep. As Kranenburg is following, it could be a DRA 1-2. Their team owner must be absolutely smiling right now. But Seep has a great pace, 7/10 clear, trying to catch up with Rick. And Colombian DJ being also very close behind. And JR in 5th for ESW, so they're doing a great job. Very mixed up field right now. As nearly Urbeck is hitting Purka, who's lacking quite a bit. As indeed Rick sets the fast lap using a bit of ERS at 44.6. Taking the fastest lap. As they're doing a great job now at the front. As Relentless Funky Chicken has now taken 10th. Marty up to 11th. Marcus getting absolutely swamped from the last couple of places. With Calvin following close behind. What can he do? As he's trying to defend. Marcus changing the front wing. He did have damage. As Snarfy now going up to 6th, it looks like. Squeezing him nearly to the max. As now Calvin gets a penalty. And now Urbeck taking 6th place. And we've got a spinner, we've got Colombian DJ. Siep getting a penalty in 3rd place. And we've got Marcus now out of the race. He spun. No, it was the save VSC. As Marcus has spun in Rouge. But now this is very bad news for, I think, Siep in general. And good news for a JR, who can get a podium with Siep's penalty. And this race is far from done yet, with still 3 laps to go after this. And there's the safety or the restart already, quite quick. Kranenburg interestingly lost DRS, so Siep can he pull away 3 seconds? Can he pull away 2 seconds to get podium still? But Tuka spun. Oh, there's contact between both drivers. Look to be getting stuck within each other. So both drivers spun. That means Funky Chicken is outside the points once again. Patuka also got collided with him. I predicted him as my race winner, but that definitely wasn't the case. Rick has apparently dropped a bit back. I don't know what he's doing, to be fair. He's slowing down quite a lot. I'm not sure what happened to Rick. Rick has slowed down. And he's now lost the lead. So I'm not sure what he's doing, to be fair. Is he gonna try to help his teammate? Is he gonna try to back up Siep here? Would be an interesting tactic to get a 1-2 finish. But I think Siep, generally both guys have got better pace than Kranenburg. So Urbeck now in 5th place, so he's proven to have a decent comeback here. And Paraburg also in 6th place. Snarfy in 7th, Colombian DJ in 8th, Marley in 9th, Calvin in 10th. Well, I mean, you will take anything right now, as he was very far down. But could have been so much better as well. Now Siep is in the lead with Rick. I know Rick is probably just gonna take it safe in the DRS. I don't know why he just dropped behind, but Siep is doing Siep is now driving away from Kranenburg. So Kranenburg's got to pick up the pace, because if he drops a second, Siep getting the fast lap. Urbeck now getting the fast lap, so he is taking his fast lap back again. This race is not stopping. Also now watch Rick. Can he overtake Siep here? I don't know why Siep or Rick backed off, but let's see what he's gonna do. He's taking the lead. He's taking the lead once again, as JR has taken 3rd place. As these guys are battling, they'll lose time to Siep, so I'm not sure what their strategy will be. Who is gonna take the final podium spot? And Urbeck now going down the inside. He hits him! He hits him! He spun! A very ambitious move from Urbeck, which caused him to spin. And he retired on track! He retired on track! I'm not sure that's the greatest strategy. That looks to me like a rage quit retirement, as I call it. But it looked a bit ambitious from the NRL driver. I thought Calvin lagged through him, thankfully. Oh, Chunky Chicken, sorry. But this does mean we've got now 2 more retirements in, of course, Marcus and now Urbeck. But yeah, proving to be very interesting. As now Kranenburg has dropped a second behind. Funky Chicken got a 3-second penalty. But Kranenburg is now dropped 3 seconds behind. So he won't be getting a podium, unfortunately. Just does not have the pace with ERS as well. So Rick is indeed slowing down. He is holding up Siep, and he's indeed going for the DRS. So Rick is trying to help his teammate get a podium, but his teammate just doesn't have the pace, doesn't have the tires, it seems. He's struggling for grip, it seems. And JR is catching up slightly. You never know. Rick using the ERS. unfortunately, these guys just are pulling away from JR. They're now 2.5 ahead. JR literally always on the mediums, of course. So can he bring it to the end? Get P2 potentially. Well, Rick is trying everything he can. Well, unfortunately, Kranenburg is now dropping and Purka. I don't think it's gonna happen for him today. Struggling with his tires. He's gonna see how the tires are. He's a bit on the same lap as Erjban, so just can't manage his tires as well as other guys can, which is not ideal. As we're now on the final lap of the race, of course, so it has gone that quickly. With Sieb now in the window of Rick, as we got Marcus. Oh no, Calvin in the wall. Calvin in the wall. I'm not sure what happened to him. Marty getting another 3-second penalty. I'm not sure what happened to Calvin. Calvin seems to be stuck and retired from the race. Oh god, ace. As now Rick is now coming to the end. He's gonna win this Grand Prix here in Belgium for the second round in the IRT Championship. Congrats to him. Drove a decent race with SWR JR in second and Sieb in third, with Kranenburg in fourth still, with Purka fifth, Snarvia sixth, Klompje and DJ in seventh, Marcus in eighth, Marty in ninth, and Funky Chicken coming across the line in 10th, and Patuka running out the grid in 11th place. Very interesting race here in the IRT Esports event, with a lot of incidents generally, so I'm expecting a lot of reports, but we still saw an absolutely crazy race with Rick coming out on top, and with Marty getting driver of the day, so he must be pretty happy with that. But what a crazy race here we saw, and yeah, for sure. Especially with so many safety car windows, it definitely brought the cars closer and proving the different strategies here. So hopefully everyone enjoyed. We're now gonna end the stream very soon after we had the standings. But yeah, absolutely crazy race won by DRA at the end with Rick. So whoever predicted Rick. Whoever predicted Rick, GG. And yeah, so for everyone who's in the lobby, cheers for joining the stream as well. And we're gonna end the stream right now. Cheers for joining all, and then we'll see you back next week for another round of the championship out at Jeddah. See you guys later, and we'll see you again next week.